Jada is back at it, here to give everyone another Game of Thrones Season 4 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching Game of Thrones, or you're just not entirely sure, then you need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll say as well as put in the description for you. If that happens to be the case and you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further, just to stay away from any potential spoilers. This is going to be Game of Thrones Season 4, Episode number 6. The title of this episode is called The Laws of the Gods and Men. This is going to be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. So Stannis and Davos arrive in Braavos and meet Tycho Nestoris at the Iron Bank. And Nestoris agrees to Stannis' request and grants him the funds he needs. Now Davos tells Salladhor Saan that he has the money Saan was promised and that they will set sail the next day. One of Daenerys' dragons attacks a flock of goats. The owner presents a bag of charred bones to Daenerys, and she promises compensation for that. Now, Hizadahr Zo Lorak requests to bury his father, one of the crucified Myronese masters and a critic of the crucifixion of the slave children, and Daenerys actually agrees. Now, Yara and the Ironborn soldiers attack the Dread Fort where Ramsay's at, but Theon refuses her help, believing the rescue to be one of Ramsay's tricks. And Ramsay and his men corner the Ironborn, who return to their boats, and Reek, aka Theon, didn't have any inkling of going with her. He's clearly damaged him. Well, obviously, cut his man parts off, but wow. There, Yara declares after Theon or Reek won't go with her that her brother is dead. Later, impressed by Reek's loyalty, Ramsay actually allows him a bath and asks him for his help in retaking Mokalim. So that was an interesting development, to say the least. And then the major part of this episode, at the council, Varys tells Tywin of Daenerys' conquest of Meereen. And then the big part is later, Tyrion's trial begins with Tywin, Mace Tyrell, and Oberyn Martell as judges. Several witnesses are called, including Meryn Trent, Grand Maester Pycelle, Cersei, and Lord Varys. At recess, Jaime agrees to resign and go to Casterly Rock as heir if Tywin spares Tyrion. Tywin immediately agrees and says that Tyrion will be sent to the Night's Watch after being found guilty and then pardoned. All of a sudden, Shae is the final crown witness, falsely testifies that Tyrion and Sansa planned the murder of Joffrey. Tyrion curses at his accuser, says he's on trial for being a dwarf, and Tywin says that you're not on trial for being a dwarf, and Tyrion says, I've been on trial my whole life. And then he says that I did not kill Joffrey, but I wish I had. And then states, watching your vicious bastard die gave me more relief than 1,000 lying whores. And Tyrion actually demands a trial by combat to prove his innocence and let the gods decide. And that's how the episode ends. So pretty good episode. And round of applause for Peter Dinklage. He acted his ass off during that trial scene. I mean, he usually does a good job, but this was incredible. I've been on trial my whole life. You're not on trial for being a dwarf. What an amazing job. An amazing performance. The stuff with Reek, a.k.a. Theon, and Yara, Ramsay. Who would have thought? He's got him so freaked out that he won't trust anything. So, yeah, now Stannis is getting money. We'll see what he does with that. So, all in all, this was a pretty good episode. A lot of people really have this episode higher up in their Game of Thrones rankings. It's a good episode, I wouldn't say. I don't know if it's in my top 10. It wasn't on my most recent top 10 list, but now that I've had a chance to rewatch the episode, I might have to rethink that, but it's definitely one of the best performances in an episode by Tyrion's character. So I'm going to give this episode a score of 9.5 out of 10. And obviously, Tyrion is going to be the standout character or best character performance in the episode. So, you've heard what I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Game of Thrones, smash that like button. I know the last couple seasons weren't the best and they moved things along pretty quickly, but all, in my opinion, I liked most of what happened. There's a couple things at the end that I didn't necessarily care for, but hey, that happens in every TV show. I know, I get a lot of critics for that. They hate Game of Thrones, the end of it. If you know anybody that would be interested in these type of reviews for Game of Thrones, go ahead and share the video with them. Sound off in the comments section. What would be your score this episode? Your standout character of the episode? Favorite moment? Obviously, the trial scene is pretty amazing. Or your favorite episodes and characters of Game of Thrones, whatever you want to leave, just leave it in the comments section. You can talk about the new Game of Thrones series if it ever comes out as well. And of course, last but certainly not least, I want to grow this channel. Don't forget to hit that sub button. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.